Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and you beautiful rainbow people in between, welcome, welcome, welcome back to the Pale Fort. I'm Belphegor, Prince of Sloth. And let's see, took yesterday off to give my throat a rest. Now we continue with 5.5 content, as far as I am aware. Unless this next quest starts us off with Endwalker, in which case, my sincerest apologies. Let's see, what even happened last time? Met Arnveld, who was working with Fordola, held a meeting with the Eorzean Alliance, but it was far shorter than any meeting we've ever attended in the past. Went to Pagathon, took down the Lunar Bahamut Primal and the Guardian Empire attacking there as they kidnapped Malja, thus securing their alliance with us. Arnvald was injured, and now Kryl is off to Sharlayan, and Estinian has officially joined the Signs of the Seventh Dawn. So, without further ado, let us continue, shall we? Come, GG. Sudden appearance at the towers would surely not have escaped the forum's notice. I would like to think that they would be receptive to Kryl's request for cooperation in investigating the matter, but unfortunately, their reputation would suggest otherwise. None can deny that Heideland's blessing has been a great boon to our cause, but much remains unknown in regard to her true intentions. Given everything we have learned from our encounter with the Asians, we must keep our minds open to any and all possibilities. It strikes me as odd that rather than marching on one of the city-states, the Telafroi have so far made only sporadic attacks. I doubt they'd go to the trouble of putting up all those towers if that was all they had in store for us. Though I note not the full extent of the Telafri's schemes, preventing further abductions must take precedence above all else, for therein lieth the key to depriving our enemies of its most potent weapon. If you need my lance, I'll be ready. If not, I'll be reserving my strength in preparation of the battle. But since you're here, I have a question. The Signs are in close contact with the East Aldenard Trading Company of Kugana, yes? I was wondering if they could place an order for some sun-dried squid. I don't seem to be able to find it in these parts. If I'm to pursue this course, I must be prepared for the hardships that lie ahead. Alright. And you, Tadaru? As of this moment, you are under strict orders to get as much rest as possible. After all, we need our men fighting fit when the Telafri rear their ugly heads again. The company we keep, Hauze can tell you are itching to take the fight to the Telafri. That is such a loaded sentence. Indolent. You're looking well. I take it you managed to squeeze in some rest. Some. If you came hoping for tidings from Kryl, I'm afraid you're still waiting. But we do have some odd scraps of news to share. Scraps, she says. Lunar primals have been popping up all over the place, but the Alliance has the situation well in hand, thanks in no small part to Hoary Boulder and the others. Meanwhile, talks with the Beast Tribes are going even better than expected, Encouraged by Uldar's progress with the Amalja, Gridania has opened negotiations with the XIV, believe it or not. All of which is obviously very encouraging. But with the Talafroy still out there, it's not as if we can afford to lower our guard. So it goes. So it goes, so it goes, so it goes. Begging your pardon, but I come bearing an invitation from the Alliance. The council meeting is due to be held in Alamigo, and your attendance is humbly requested. Ah, we were just talking about the Alliance. May I ask what's on the agenda? I believe the intention is to share news of recent developments and discuss what measures might be taken to combat the Talafroy. In concert with our new allies, the Beast Tribes have also been invited. It is hoped that they will join us in the fight against our common foe. So, the Alliance would bring all the Beast Tribes into the fold at a single stroke. An ambitious plan, given the delicacy of the negotiations, but mayhap an expedite one, considering the threat we face.
Indeed, my lady. For their part, I am told the Beast Tribes have agreed to attend. The Signs too are present. All of Eorzea will be represented.
To arrange such a meeting must have been quite an undertaking, not only diplomatically, but practically. Pray inform the Alliance that we would be honored to participate. We shall make for Alamigo without delay.
Then I will bear your answer thither with all haste. We look forward to receiving you at the Royal Palace.
Now that we've accepted the invitation, who exactly is going to attend? I move that you and your Stola lead our contingent. Given how long you have been working to end summoning, it is only right that you be present for what promises to be a historic moment. I think we all played our part in the little endeavor, don't you, Indolent? All present may rightly claim a seat. I do quite agree. But by your leave, I believe I shall remain here and lend what assistance I can to the coordination of our defensive efforts. I'm not coming either. Aimric will be there, and I'd rather not be interrogated. Very well then. While those with a mind to hold the fort get on with holding it, I suggest the rest of us make for Alamigo, shall we?
Alright, to Alamigo!
On to meetings in Alamigo. Probably have the most seats. Activate Nannybot.
We have been expecting you. While some few guests have yet to arrive, the Alliance leaders are all present. Shall I show you in?
Please do. Take a drink of water. Okay. Get the name of this. We have the Nada Kobolds and the Amalja. Now we have the Sylphs, the Non-Mine, Sahagan Ixal, and looked like the Vanu was in the back.
Esteemed guests, you honor us with your presence. As there is much to discuss, let us begin.
Information on our taken brethren you have, yes? Hear it we would! Ah! Beyond forgiveness these featherless ones are! With rivers of blood shall they pay! Freed our people must be!
We too would see your kin liberated. But ere we attempt their rescue, we must first find a means to negate the risk of tempering. Without that, we will be unable even to approach the towers, let alone contend with their defenders.
Fair enough.
If all else fails, I've always found cannonballs quite effective.
And what of the prisoners? Would you see them slaughtered?
Think for a moment. Ponder, consider, think. If Merlwyb truly intended to bombard the towers, she would have done so by now. Remember, we came here to find a solution together, did we not?
XIV.
Y'Stola spoke of defenders. I but offered a means to clear a path, should you require it.
Given the enemy's capabilities, we will all need to play our part if we are to have any chance of success. For if any here should give less than their best, it will be to the cost of every living being on this star.
No pressure.
A paragon, the Empire, our very gods. How can we hope to prevail against such odds?
That our foe is formidable, none would deny. But our strengths are many and varied. In this chamber, I see masters of strategy, masters of magic, masters of the land, the air, and the sea. And together, there is nothing in creation we cannot overcome.
Positives. Hello. The fucking face.
I beg your pardon?
God damn it, Emmerich! I beg your pardon.
Is it so, Walker? Do not express your passion thus. A little Chrissy will have gills, perhaps. Suffice it to say, I am proud to be counted amongst Eorzea's finest. We Sahagin will play our part.
Does Sahagin actually sound like I imagine them?
We kobolds have not forgotten the crimes the Overdwellers committed against us in the past. But today we look to the future as allies united in purpose.
Oh man, this is gonna be great. Fighting alongside the Beast Tribes instead of against them? Ideal.
Ah! Make mock of the Ixal the Paragon does! Turns kin into puppets! Pits brother against brother! Free them from his grasp, we shall!
Hey, Halo Void Ghosts.
As Patriarch Zadar will
Haven't
attest,
seen you in a while.
the Scions
How you
have
been?
granted us a means to free your
That's
brethren
stitched.
from their thraldom.
Nice.
This boon we will gladly share, that your people might never be enslaved again.
We accept! We accept!
Now this is going well. This is going very well.
It's taken a while, but I do believe we might be one step closer to a world without primals. Would that Minfilia were here to see it.
Pretty good. Doing pretty good.
We
Think
still
I'm
have a
almost
long
done
way
with
to go,
Shadowbringers
and
here.
we're going to need a lot more Porksies. But we're moving in the right direction.
If I may have your attention, there is one other point I would like to raise. As we can all agree, freeing those held captive must take precedence over every other concern. But experience has taught us that none save those with the capacity to resist tempering can hope to enter the towers unscathed.
That's a lot of
And
dogs.
even once inside, a still greater threat may yet await them, that which we call a primal. Needless to say, if we are to succeed, engaging with such foes can only ever be considered a last resort. And so I move that we seek to prevent them from being summoned in the first place.
Yes! Both prayer and ether are needed for the ritual. Should either one be denied, the summoning would fail.
Indeed. And so we must endeavor to discover the source of the ether on which the process depends. Do so, and it may present a way to halt the summonings, or perhaps even neutralize the towers entirely.
A promising proposal. While you are conducting your investigations, however, we will need to remain vigilant, lest the Telophoroi commit further abductions and summon primals ere we have the means to prevent them. To stand a better chance of keeping our enemy at bay, we would do well to coordinate our defensive efforts, sending reinforcements to assist our neighbors when needed.
We Amalja would have been overwhelmed were it not for our newfound allies. But say the word, and we shall come.
I see we are all in accord. But what are we to call this proud fellowship of ours? I submit that the honor of naming it should go to the scion whose brave efforts have done so much to unite Eorzea. What say you, my friend?
Yeah, that works.
But that's the name I...
A fine choice, for there is none here who does not love Eorzea.
Aye,
Get
in
fucked
that
up and
we shall
all.
ever be united.
United in our gratitude for the realm that gave us life.
Then let it be recorded that on this day, the Grand Company of Eorzea was born.
How long have we dreamed of this moment? And now that it's here, Oh, forgive me. Might we speak outside?
We have to. Fine. It's a pity it took the threat of annihilation for everyone to cast their grievances aside. But better late than never, I suppose. Forgive me for observing, but Alfredo seemed less than jubilant. Might his thoughts still be occupied with the fate of poor Arnvel? We have won over the leaders. Now the leaders must win over their own people. No small task, I grant you, but we have come a long way since first we joined with Minfilia to bring an end to summoning. A long, long way. The Grand Company of Eorzea. I wonder what Riol and the other former Crystal Braves will make of it. What say you, Alphino? Well, now that we are out of earshot of the other delegates, I hope you will forgive me if I speak my mind. Let me begin by saying that I have dreamed of this day since the moment I first set foot upon these shores. And then I was as heartened as anyone to see the peoples of Eorzea pledge their solidarity. Yet even as they uttered the declarations, all that I could think about was the conflict to come, the sacrifices that would be made and the lives lost, inevitabilities that I still struggle to accept. But at least now there is hope. The formation of the Grand Company of Eorzea is the first step, the first of many. Many and more. Oh hey, Seedseer. How does Seedseer? How might we be of service? I seek Master Alphino's assistance in a matter involving Gridania's neighbors, the Sylphs. I know that you and yours have long kept a weathered eye upon the crystal trade, better to predict the coming of primals, so you will be familiar with the Sylphs of the Ash Crown Consortium. Through their dealings, they have cultivated relations not only with the city-states, but many other communities besides. Communities such as the Beast Tribes. Just so, it is our hope that we may use the Sylph's established lines of communication to coordinate the efforts of our new fellowship. Yet, there remain certain practical differences between a trade consortium and a grand company. The Sylphs are to perform the tasks effectively. They will require the counsel of one versed in operational aspects of an armed force. An armed force founded with the self-same goal in mind, no less. The Crystal Braves. Yes. Forgive me, Master Alphino. I know that it was a painful chapter in your life, but the experience may yet be made to serve the realm. In my hubris, I plotted a course for the Crystal Braves which stretched far beyond the Order's initial conception. One intended to pave the way of the founding of what I intended to call the Grand Company of Eorzea. But my plans are all come to naught. Built upon a frail foundation of lofty ideals, the Order was doomed from the first to collapse under the weight of more worldly interests, and I have no wish to see this new endeavor suffer the same fate. Mayhap I ask too much of you. Not at all. You may count upon my assistance. For what little it is worth, by your leave, I shall prepare a report, including a list of recommendations drawing on the lessons I learned from the failures of the Crystal Braves. You have my gratitude, Master Alphino, and my trust. When your report is ready, pray, share it directly with the Sylphs. With your guidance and the earnest efforts of our every goodly soul gathered here this day, I have no doubt but that our fellowship shall emerge from the shadow of the Telafri and flourish. Till we meet again, my friends. That is a lot of emotes. Before committing anything to writing, there are a number of people whose thoughts I should like to hear. Former Braves, you understand? Might you join me in seeking them out? Can't think of excuse not to, so yes. As if you have to ask, I suppose. Thank you. Someone who witnessed the Order's rise and fall, yours would be a reassuring presence. I mean, everybody here except for Alize and Graha saw it fall. I'll join you if you are planning to canvass the opinions of your former comrades. It will be a lot quicker if we were to share the task of questioning them. And mayhap Graha can lend a hand as well. I shall accompany Thancred back to the Rising Stones. Between us, I dare say we should be able to provide an accurate enough account of the day's events. Let's get to it! We should be glad of your company, Graha. I shall explain the details on the way. So, what's the plan, brother mine? Before discussing the task at hand, I should probably admit that the report I propose is largely written. Not long after the fateful day in Uldar, I penned a detailed account of the organization's history, from the events that led to its inception to the failings that brought about its demise. This I did primarily as a means of taking some semblance of responsibility. Never did I imagine that it might later be referred to by those seeking to form a similar organization. And while I made every attempt to be objective, the account was mine alone, its events viewed from my singular perspective. For it to be of use, however, it must be broadened to encompass the viewpoints of all involved. Only then can it answer what seems to me to be the crucial question, namely, why, after the Crystal Braves disbanded, do some members choose to remain with us while others do not? I see. You think the answer will tell us something about the nature of the ties that bind our new grand company together? And that this knowledge might help us to prevent it from falling apart when those bonds are inevitably tested. That is my hope, yes. But the questions I would ask are uncomfortable to some. As the former commander of the Crystal Braves, I doubt that those who abandoned the cause would welcome my inquiries. Then Graha and I just have to try. Meanwhile, the two of you can talk to the ones who kept their faith. A fine suggestion. However, certain of my former comrades are questionable character. So keep your wits about you. Let us reconvene in Gridania later on. If you have no objections, I have a mind to begin by speaking with Riol and Alanian. If memory serves, the two of them will be attending an intelligence briefing at Casham Ornis. Let us seek them out there. I hope Silver. Away. Activate Nanibot. Right there. Oh, I didn't expect to see you here, Indolent. But if you enjoy intelligent briefings, you've come to the right place. Okay, time to do a terrible accents again. Well, look what it is. And what brings you to here? Wouldn't have anything to do with the big meeting, would it? In a manner of speaking, I've been assigned a task, you see, for which I require the assistance of former members of the Crystal Braves. Shit be going down, yo. You don't get to say that, Alfredo, you little shit. Oh, very well. So, you want to know why we decided to stick with the Sirens, eh? Ain't an easy thing to put into words, that. As we all will attest, I spent a long time agonizing over my failure to alert you to the traitors in our midst. For my negligence, I was captured along with many others. We were powerless to prevent the tragedies that ensued. Not a day goes by that I do not think back to those fateful events. By joining the Signs, I hope to redeem myself, and I will continue to serve the cause for as long as I am able. But that wasn't my only reason. When we were finally reunited at the Rising Stones, you refused to blame anyone but yourself for the failure of the Crystal Braves. And in spite of everything that had happened, everything you had suffered, you took us back without a moment's hesitation. We would not have blamed you had you turned us away, but when you gave us your trust instead, what else could we do but to try and repay it? Nothing, that's what. As for me own tale, well, I've always felt the signs have something in common with me old crew. Duty of the strong is to protect the weak. That was our creed, and I still strive to live by it to this day. But, as time's gone by, I've learned the strength comes in many shapes and sizes, from Horere Border to Mistress Tatara. We've all of us got something to offer. And not a one of us is doing it for personal gain, because we believe there's more important things than that, things worth protecting. This is what being a son is all about. I'm at a loss of words. Thank you, my friends. To hear this from you means more than you know. Forgive me, indolent. Could you... give me your thoughts on the Crystal Braves? Wow. Its founding ideals was something to be proud of, but ideas alone don't make a crew. For every swab who signs up with good intentions, there was another who was only in it for the coin, the glory, or both. Ours was quite a desperate band. And while I will never forgive Ilbred, the fact that we managed to function at all was thanks in large parts to his efforts. Just a pity he was doing it all for the wrong reasons, eh? When it takes one bad apple, they say, the Braves had a better food of them. Not like the Scions. We might look like a ragtag bunch of misfits, but deep down, we've all got that shared sense of purpose. And why? Because the Tatara sifted out all the glory hunters before they made it through the door. I see. So, while our ranks comprise a diverse range of people, each with their own individual strengths, we are all united in the purpose. Thank you, my friends. With your permission, I shall make a record of our discussion and refer to it when drafting my recommendations. Till we meet again. Later. On official business, what do we got? Zephyr, an irresistible, soft and airy confectionery made from whipped twilight apple puree. Chicken fettuccine, flat, thick pasta smothered with a rich creamy sauce with tender slices of chicken thigh. And we already read those. Alfredo is keen to hear what Alize and Grahatia have learned from the Braves who turned their back on the cause. Well, I think we have taken enough of our colleagues' time. I'm conscious that less life-affirming testimonies await. Let us make our way to Gridania and hear what the others have learned. Alrighty. Let's head to Gridania. Why, take a drink of water. Alright. On the way here, I took the opportunity to write up my notes from our conversation with Aliana and Rio. All that remains is to add Alize and Graha's findings, whatever they might be. When Alize sets her mind on something, there's no stopping her. And her mind was truly set on finding 4 more Braves. For a while, I even feared what she might do to them. In the end, she was admirably civil, for the most part. Mr. Tataro's ever-dependable intelligence managed to track down a handful of former Braves without great difficulty. Some were forthright, others less so, but we heard enough to form a picture. I must warn you, Alphino, some of the comments were harsh. I can well imagine, but their opinions are no less vital than my reports. I seek the unvarnished truth. Thank you. I was set about adding the findings to my own at once. In the meantime, pray go ahead to Little Solace and seek out Elder Frixio. I will join you anon. Leave me to attend to my reports and join the others in Little Solace. I shan't keep you waiting long. I know how playful the sylphs can be. No different than the pixies, I imagine. Alright, activate Nannybot. Oh god, I have to speak in ones again. Great. Ah, welcome, brave ones. Friends of brave one. How good it is to see walking ones again so soon after the meeting. Should this one perform the customary dance of greeting? No, be at ease. It is true that these ones once delighted in making walking ones dance, but no more. On one Kan-e-Sana said that walking ones would be coming to Little Solace. Imperial ones also invaded Sylphlands and abducted many of these ones, so these ones will be glad to bear messages between fighting friendly ones. It is heartening to hear, Elder. It will require all ones to work in unison to stop the Telophoroid. These ones will try very hard, of course, but in matters of war, these ones have little experience. Any advice walking ones can provide would be most welcome. Oh, another pretty silver-haired one, and in quite a hurry, it seems. Alizé, you must come quickly. Whatever's the matter, Alphino? Don't tell me you couldn't read my handwriting. What? No! Twin officer accosted me as I was about to set out. Shalian has sent an envoy who's due to arrive in Gridania any moment. An envoy? Could it be that Kryl has managed to sway the Forum? We shall know soon enough, but there's more. The envoy has requested that the two of us attend the audience with the Elder Seedseer. Really? I can see why they might want signs of your presence. But us specifically? Wait, it isn't who I think it is. It is. I could scarce believe it myself. But when I inquire as to the envoy's identity, it was told as one Fortunat Louviere. Yeah, no. His new name is a Fettuccine Linguini. I was told it was one Fettuccine Linguini. Your father? Well now, the fact that a serving member of the Forum had journeyed here would be surprise enough, but him? Quite. I glean from this that they are taking the matter seriously. That may be, but why him and not one of the other 98 Forum members? Unless he volunteered for it. It has been some time since you last saw your father, has it not? Would it be his concern for your well-being? Perhaps, but he has always been reluctant to discuss his work with us. Indeed. And whenever we write to our parents, it is invariably our mother who replies. Nevertheless, I welcome the opportunity to meet with him after so long, even if it is secondary to his true purpose here. Elder Frixio, though I am to cut our visit short, we must return to Gridania. Please accept my apologies along with my reports. Whew, a lot of talking today. Never mind. There will be time to talk later. This one won't keep arguments from urgent matters. Go. Okay, thanks. Bye. The audience will be held at the Lotus Stand, where the Elder Seed Seer waits even now. Let us be on our way. Yes, sirree, Bob. Back to Gridania, I guess. Welcome, Warrior of Light. The other Seed Seer and your friends are waiting within. Those branch bottles? Who the hell has ranch bottles as emotes? Seems rather random. Wow. Yeah, you know, on second thought, yeah, why wouldn't they? It's Twitch. Let them have fun. They can have Among Us people doing twerking. They can have ranch bottles. After all this time away, it will be good to see my father, even if it is at an official meeting. 99 seems like rather a lot of members, but before the forum was founded, every person of age in Charlene was given equal say in its governance. Many of its institutions that are still active today were established by the people's votes, not least the studio, as Alize and I were constantly reminded during our time there. It is an example of what can be achieved through absolute democracy. During my time in Charlene, I heard about Fettuccine Linguini. He's a gifted speaker, known amongst other things for the uncompromising application of foreign policy. My friends, I thank you for coming so swiftly. Word of Master Fettuccine's visit took us quite by surprise. The Alliance granted Mistress Crowd permission to request Charlene's aid. We did not anticipate so prompt a reply, much less that it would be delivered by a member of the Forum. What the nature of that reply may be, we shall soon discover. Yeah, sure. Hello, Fettuccine. Huh. Doesn't look half bad.
Elder Seedseer, I thank you for granting me this audience.
Ooh, I like his voice.
I am Fortuno Levea, here in my capacity as representative of the Forum.
It is I who should thank you, Master Fortuno, for journeying so far and so swiftly. Would that our first meeting could have been under happier circumstances.
It has been too long, Father. You look well.
As do you both. Ameliance will be glad to hear that you are taking care of yourselves.
How is Mother?
She misses you terribly, of course, but is otherwise a picture of health. Circumstances apart, I'm grateful that our meeting has afforded me the chance to be reunited with my children at long last. And I believe I also owe you thanks for the hospitality you showed my father, Louisois, during his sojourn in Eorzea.
Yeah, I kind of forgot that Louisois is the grandfather. That's right. Oh god, that's right.
All thanks we owe to him. In the days prior to the 7th Umbral Calamity, it was your father's tireless efforts which granted us a means to vanquish the Primals. Were it not for him, our strength would have been quite spent by the time the Empire arrived. That Gridania still stands is in large part his achievement. He was a great man.
He would doubtless have been moved to hear you say so. I must confess, however, that I opposed his decision to intervene.
Oh, really?
And my position remains unchanged.
To chart the course of history, not to change it. I am familiar with the Sharlayan stance.
It is more than that. It is our way of life, who we are. But I came here not to deliver a lecture, but the Forum's answer to your request. Sharlayan will under no circumstances intervene in the conflict between Eorzea and the Garlean Empire.
So that's so. At least they are consistent.
May I ask for what reason the Forum has come to this decision? The final days spell the end not only for Eorzea, but the entire world.
The final days? Pray spare me your hyperbole. This conflict is no more than the latest in a series of petty squabbles between yourselves and Garlemald. One in which Sharlayan will take no part. If the final days were truly upon us, we would know.
How would you know?
Father, you must ask the Forum to reconsider. You may feel safe on your little island across the waves, but if you imagine the Telophoroi will leave you be, you are mistaken. They mean to kill us all, themselves included.
Alphino is right. We have seen what the enemy is capable of, the lengths to which they'll go. This is no time to turn a blind eye. If Eorzea falls, so too will Sharlayan. So if you truly love our homeland, you will join us. Now, before it's too late.
I thought you knew better than to raise your voice to your elders. It seems I was wrong. Wrong to ever let you leave, Sharlayan. I consoled myself that your time abroad would instill in you some hint of restraint, of discipline. But I see now that Eorzea has made fools of you both. Have you forgotten why it was that I so vehemently opposed your grandfather's departure? For all his wisdom, his only solution was to go to war. Death, devastation, ruin. Even those who claim victory are scarred for life. What prize could ever justify such sacrifice? It is the duty of the learned to avert such tragedy. By fanning the flames of war, you forsake all you once held dear.
To ignore the plight of those one might conceivably save is not wisdom, it's indolence.
I see your friend shares your misguided ideals. But unlike him, you should know better. By espousing such barbaric notions, you subvert the teachings of Sharlayan and place all we have worked for in jeopardy. Alphino, Alizé, as of this moment, you shall no longer bear the name of Leveilleur.
That seems a bit extreme.
What? Father.
Warning,
How
Orin.
you choose to live your lives is no longer my concern. If you wish to walk the path of ruin, I will not stand in your way.
I did start off as
Master
Marauder, though.
Fulchino, while Sharlayan may have no intention of intervening in this conflict, we can still part as friends. Will you not stay and speak with us? that we might learn of Charlian's hopes for the morrow.
I have said what I came here to say. Any further discussion would be meaningless.
That seems a bit extreme, my dude. What exactly are you hiding?
Wait! Don't bother, Alize!
That was pathetic, Alfredo. Want to take that from the top?
How can you stand there and watch him walk away? How can you let this happen?
Why can't we be friends? Why can't we be friends? Wow, that was something. So that's what he came here to say? That we're fools for having the temerity to defend ourselves against the Telafroi. And as for the rest, like it or not, this was the Forum's decision. To watch from afar while Eorzea burns. Father was but the messenger, and as he handed down the judgment, could not think of nothing to say that could possibly sway him. I still can't. To have prolonged the discussion would have changed little, for it is not only Master Fettuccini who must be persuaded, but the Forum as a whole. The decision was made ere your father crossed the sea. Nor is it like to change. So we shall face the Telafroi without their aid. Forgive me, but if they had no intention of helping us, then why would they go to the trouble of sending an envoy in the first place? Why did they not simply keep their counsel, as they all want to do? Sorry, I left my cell phone on. Apparently. Indolent. Has Master Fettuccini arrived yet? Yeah, he was very much a linguini. Then it is as I feared. My efforts were in vain. I pleaded our case to as many of the Forum members as I could, but they flatly refused to discuss the matter. No, that's not exactly true. I should rather say they ignored every word I said on the subject, without exception. It was almost unnerving. Could it be that they are hiding something from us? That might go some way to explain Master Fettuccini's performance. When he said that they would know if the final days were truly upon us, I dismissed it as pride. But what if they are genuinely to believe that they know how the world would end, and simply disagree with us about the circumstances? That I don't know, but something tells me they are not as unconcerned about the Telafroi as they claim. If the threat weren't real, why else would they be so standoffish and secretive? And I would very much like to delve deeper into this, but I'm afraid I've exhausted every avenue of inquiry. Nor have I fared any better with my other mission, researching Heidelin in the Ethereal Sea. I tried to enlist the help of experts in the field, but it appears the Forum has forbidden anyone from cooperating with us. Obstructed at every turn. So it would seem, but don't lose heart just yet. With all the knowledge and acquaintances we have between us, we can still find a way forward. To that end, I would like you all to join me here. When the time is right, of course. I'm aware that matters in Eorzea stand on a knife's edge. But with your permission, I can at least start making the necessary arrangements. Please do. Excellent. Obviously, keeping the Telafroi at bay must take precedence. But, with luck, you'll be able to make the journey to Shadowbringers ere long. It may take a while to secure entry for you all, but I'll let you know when everything is in order. Look after yourselves in the meantime, won't you? Your speculations give me cause to hope. Yet if these seeds will bear fruit, I cannot say. While it is possible that the Sharlayans hide some secret truth from us, there can be no certainty that its exposure will prompt in them a change of heart. And so, for the present, we must needs confront the plight in which we find ourselves. The Forum has refused our request for aid, and it falls to us alone to contend with the Talavrai. Even with all the Eorzea standing together, united, there's no guarantee that we will prevail. What does Sharlayan intend to do if we fail? Death unto dawn. Cartier Sana seems determined not to let the disappointment of Sharlayan's rejections distract her from the task at hand. Now that is quite the sentence. While Sharlayan's stance is indeed disappointing, we cannot allow ourselves to be distracted from the challenges before us. There is much and more to be done. I shall begin by sharing the Forum's response with my counterparts in the Alliance. Meanwhile, I would ask that the Science...
Grave tidings, walking.
Grave tidings, walking ones. Grave tidings. Oh, hey, a sylph. Calm yourself, my gentle friend. What has occurred? These ones who went to see the feathered ones send terrible news. Destroying ones have appeared in Zelfaltol. Destroying ones and captured ones and even frightful godly ones. Feathered ones didn't stand a chance and were sent flapping and squawking. When did this happen? Is it too late to help them? Too late, yes. Much too late. But luckily destroying ones were only passing through and continued on west. Feathered ones who did not fight were left unharmed. West. That would be Korthus.
My lady, the Ishgardians report that the Lothroi have emerged from the eastern highlands of Korthus and are marching at speed. Though the purpose is yet to be determined, the Continental Flats would seem the most likely destination. Lord Emmerich has already dispatched his forces and requests our immediate support.
Tell them we shall have it. Time has come for the Grand Company of Eorzean to prove its worth.
A 99-cent store horse chiffon in the background there.
Well, mayhap it is a mercy that we do not have time to stew over our misfortunes. Come, my friends, let us make haste to Cartano. Wait! This one almost forgot. Destroying ones was said to be led by a cackling road one. This one must see that all walking ones know. Farewell. So Fandaniel is with them. Fandaniel? Who else? It's only a matter of time before that grinning maniac showed himself again. I shall have a airship ready to bear you to Cartano. Pray, see to your preparations. Report to the landing with all haste. At once, my lady. Let us away.
Let's rock and roll.
Run.
Oh, hey, $4. What are you doing here? Come on, let's only take a moment, alright? Indolent, it seems $4 here has come all the way to Gridania to find us. I've explained the situation, but she insists her business is urgent. Aye, it'll be over sooner if you shut up and come with me. Okay, $4. Hey, Arnveld.
Arenvold! I can't tell you how good it is to see you.
It arrived a lot sooner than expected, eh? The day I craned my neck up at you.
Ah, come on, man. That's just mean.
Only because you're sitting down. Unless...
Afraid so. The chirurgeons say I may never walk again. Come on, Alfino, it could be worse. Besides, I didn't come here to dampen the mood. Quite the opposite. All I've ever wanted was to fight for a cause I believe in. But my fighting days are over. So I want you to fight in my stead. Be the hero I can't.
I am no hero.
That's what they all say, though. No one ever calls themselves a hero. Even the ones who eat primals for breakfast. It's for others to decide.
I'm just in this for a giant flying bed.
Alfino, you already are a hero. To me and countless others. We see you doing your damnedest to protect us all. And you're not alone, are you? There are people who believe in you, just as you believe in them.
Be sure to give your regards to the Lofroy.
I know what's at stake, and how many people are depending on you. But I believe in you. Believe that you'll see it through. That's why I'm entrusting my dreams to you. Like Albert and Owley once entrusted their dreams to me.
There was a time when I would have borne the weight of such expectations without a second thought. But now, I know just how heavy that burden can be. To tell the truth, I'm beginning to wonder if I chose the right path. Sacrifices will inevitably be made for the sake of the ideals I uphold. Maybe I am not the person I thought I was. The person you think I am.
I wouldn't presume to tell you. But I will say this. In spite of everything, you've come this far. The road ahead might not always be clear, but you've never been one to give up or take the easy way out. And everything you do for others. For a brighter future. I'm proud to call you my friend. Well, I've said my piece, so I'll let you go. I know you've got more important things to be doing. Just give what I've said some thought, alright?
Alright, but...
I shall, my friend. And we will meet again soon, I promise.
Nothing left for me to do but wave and smile.
You've got a pretty narrow view of what it means to be a hero, do you know that? You think they're all forged in the fires of battle? That it's all about being brave and killing villains? Alphino and the others will carry on their fight. But theirs isn't the only one. There are other ways you can make a difference. If you stop feeling sorry for yourself and put your bloody mind to it.
Get on with it. Yes, get on with it.
There's not much chance of me living the quiet life with you around, is there?
If you're content to twiddle your thumbs thinking of what might have been, that's your lookout. But I reckon you've got some fight left in you.
You'll become...
And I reckon you might be right. If there's a way I can still help my friends, I'll bloody well find it.
Okay, here's what you do. You shave your head bald, and you open a school for the gifted. Alright? And you put together your own super hero thing. You learn to become a sidekick, and you communicate with them that way. Alright? Just a thought. You can tell me later what that was all about, but judging by the set of Alphino's jaw, it appears to have done him some good. Thancred and the others have already left the Rising Stones, and according to the communications officer, the Malcha and Cobalt forces are also bound for Cartano as we speak. They mean to keep the promise they made in Alamigo, and we must do the same, by saving as many of the tempered kin as possible. Anyway, the airship is ready to depart. You should get it going. One for a tussle. Upon joining Battle for Cartano, several cutscenes will play in sequence. It is recommended you set aside sufficient time to participate in the battle and view these scenes in their entirety. Your progress through the battle will be saved at certain points. In the event that you are defeated, you will be able to try again for the most recent of these. Please note that if you enter battles associated with other quests or logged out for the game, this progress will be lost. It's boogie.
My fellow Scions, as I am sure you will have heard, we can expect no help from Charlian, nor are we any closer to discerning the Telophoroi's grand design. And now, our adversary moves against us in unprecedented numbers, compelling us to answer in kind. The outlook, in short, is bleak. Yet though our foes are many, and we but few, we may still tip the balance in Eorzea's favor.
Good pep talk.
Of course. We will do what we always do. Deal with the ones our allies can't. A less than daunting prospect, judging by your expression. Could it be that you've dispelled your lingering doubts, Alphino?
Oh, I doubt I ever will. But as my friends have kindly reminded me, I have come this far, and that must count for something.
Gods be good, Alphino. That's what we've been trying to tell you all along.
For one so bright, you can be remarkably dim at times. There is such a thing as overthinking, you know.
Might I suggest that we continue this conversation after the battle? It would appear that Telophoroi have already arrived.
I'll do what I can to cure the Tempered, but they'll have to be incapacitated first.
Well, let's get to it then.
Have care, my friends, for none can say wherefore our foe did choose this fateful field to be our battleground. Whatever may transpire, pray grant him not the pleasure of deterring you.
We got a lot of L's in our group. Listen well, friends. The Telophoroi are sweeping across Cartano. As for the Ascian, he was briefly sighted above the battlefield, but has since vanished. He likely intends to watch events unfold from afar. Thus far, his movements of the lineal rivals have proven difficult to predict. He wouldn't pose to ambush our troops, they instead withdraw for some unknown reason. Whatever the Telophoroi's plans may be, the primals are our primary targets. Understood. They will not elude the signs for long. Looks like we got company.
Prepare yourself!
Cannot allow ourselves to be stalled here. Occupied, the rest of you seek out the primals. We'll divide our forces that we may not be defiant with I'll concentrate my efforts on the tempering, and with luck I should have a chance to kill someone. Then I'll go to the west. England and Alphino come with me. Alright. Set out. See you ready. As the signs spread across the field, Alistair and Graha took the fight to the Telophoroi. Ah, we get to play as Alistair. The thing I've been learning how to play Red Mage. So many of them. Doesn't make sense.
Allow me.
Tempering is hard. Treat them here on the battlefield. with this degree of physical alteration, I fear they are beyond help. Feel to know such pain. You must see the suffering is not for long.
Just the beginning.
Right behind.
Done and done. Since we've earned a moment's respite. Another thankless opportunity to cure the temper. With me, I'll say. Bacon power! Ah, there's the maniac himself. Do you see that? A glimpse? Yes. How worried should we be? Listen well, and judge for yourself. Though I can see ethereal currents, I had not thoroughly examined those that flow through the heart of Cartano. But now that I'm here, things have become clear. The facts conceal an etheric confluence, like the pillars of the Zim Step, but greater in scale, far greater. The glimpse that Van Daniel has conjured reached into its very midst. And I believe I know the very purpose. Should the Lunar Primals destroy them, it would spark a chain reaction that with the potential to obliterate the confluence entirety. The resultant disruption to the flow of ether would sow chaos among the elements, prompting earthquakes, floods, and tempests large enough to lay waste to the realm. That he would go so far cometh at little surprise. We must needs protect the confluence at all costs. Beat Luna Alden and defend the ethereal conference. Oh, we're playing Oriente. It's not Ilden, so the time has come to pit my blade against his. Follow my lead. Okay. That's damage.
protected.
Oh, that's good.
My turn!
Away with you!
The best defense is a good defense!
Glutton for punishment, it would seem. In which case, I'd be glad to oblige them. That's one down. Meanwhile, Grahatia and Alze prepare to lock swords with Luna Ravania. Ah, Ravania! Dance to the song of ringing steel. Alright, Graha. What are you? Black Age. That must be Ravania. Formidable opponent by all accounts, but so are we. Time. Bring up damage. Also has next base.
Burst of flame. Sweet. Alright.
I have you now.
Wow, blood fuller already. Rejoice in the glory of combat! Here's about close. Now for chance. Hello. That's nice go now, Zay. I don't know what you did, but nice go. Alright, that's 2 down. Rania, always fun. And the funnest in Heavensward. Alright, so that leaves us against what? At the self-same moment, you stand shoulder to shoulder with Alvin and Estinian, resolved to lay waste to Lunar Ifrits. Ah, the one that was summoned in Pagothon. Gentlemen, let's get to it. I'm just happy it's not Titan again. Lunar Ifrits. The one Arnveld and $4 encountered. That's right. you doing, Asenian? Yeah, okay.
I have you now.
Asenian, you fucking show up. DPS race, is it? I can dig it. Betray! Maybe after this battle you can stay and listen. Stay a while and visit.
And thus another plan went up in smoke. I am beginning to see why Lord Xenos thinks so highly of you.
No need to be sarcastic, Van Daniel.
Not that this changes anything, you understand. You have merely earned yourself a stay of execution.
Hey, bye! Yeah, that guy is not a great villain. It's more condescending than anything. Boy, Alphino, you move fast. It's pronounced garlic mold, my dude. Alphino, punching the ground isn't going to help him.
How fare the tempered?
We've treated as many as we can, but some were beyond help.
Hey, we helped some Guardians, though. That's a positive. Now we're gonna get used to flying pigs.
Do not hang your head so, brave scions. Though not all of our captured brethren could be saved, we are grateful for those whose minds have been restored. You could do no more, and that is enough. So please hold your heads high.
should have been quicker. But I'll do better next time.
Did you not hear the man, Alze?
Thank you for your kind words. They mean a lot.
A victory at great cost, but a victory nonetheless. We must stay strong and press on. Isn't that right?
One battle at a time. We'll get there, to the very end. Well, you've come this far.
That
Agreed.
we will.
Ah! Oh, it's the moon. God, why is the moon so bright? Why is everybody staring at the moon? Guys? So this is the root of lunacy. Can you? I'm pretty sure there's still wounded people. Can you stop? Can you stop looking at the moon? Okay. This is weird. Guys? Swear to God, Alphino, I will kill you! Ozzy, grab me the shovel! Somebody play Ozzy! Oh, credits. Okay. Okay, that was weird. Why the fuck were you all looking at the moon? I would recommend the Alliance keep a closer watch on over Cartano. The Lafroy may have failed their attempt to destroy the Confluence this time, but there's not to stop them from trying again. Okay, but why were you staring at the moon? Thancred. It was decent of Lord Emmerich to bear us home aboard this airship. The gods know how we would have squeezed this many people onto the Bonanza. Hey, don't knock Totaro, she did the best. Throughout the battle, I could not shake the feeling that all present were performing for the amusement of Fandaniel. Nor did his blithe reaction to this latest defeat give me cause to think otherwise. I can only conclude that such failures are of little consequence to his broader scheme, whatever it may be. The Cartano Flats seem fated to play a prominent role in history of the realm, did they not? I wonder, might the abundance of ether that floweth through the region have led the Alligans to entomb Omega there? Many though the enemies were, the numbers consisted largely of temperate beastmen, with a few lunar primals to keep things interesting. The Gallians themselves venture to little and lost less. It has ever been the Empire's way to have others fight the battles, but even they would blush at the Telafroy's use of temperate slaves. The temper that we were able to treat will be taken to the city-states for observation. As soon as the Alliance is satisfied that they are fully recovered, they will be free to return home. At the close of the battle, when the clouds parted and the moon shone down on us all, I cannot well express how I felt. Somehow it seemed more at the beginning than an ending. Okay, but why the fuck did you all look at the moon? I trust you all enjoyed a comfortable flight aboard the Pride of the Ishgardian Fleet. Lest you worry, the Bonanza has been towed to a nearby location to be retrieved at your convenience. You have thought of everything, Lord Emmerich, and may I say how much I appreciate the hospitality you afforded us on the way home. Think nothing of it. Our destination lay in the same direction, and it afforded me the perfect opportunity to learn how my errant friend has been since last he took his leave. It would seem you have finally found a place to settle down.
I merely grow weary of the wandering the far east. Attending to more serious matters, while the Telophoroi have been driven from Cartano, it is like that the bulk of the forces yet remain. On the evidence of the Grand Company of Eorzea's first joint military operation, however, I'm confident that we have the potential to meet such threats head-on, even without the aid of you and yours. Sweet. As such, while our forces keep the Telophoroi at bay, I would ask that you apply your talents to the task of neutralizing the towers. A sensible diversion of labor. While the towers remain, so too will the threat of the lunar primals. And given our expertise in the field of etherology, we better qualify to find the solution. That we are. Especially should it happen to lie beyond the Alliance's dominion. There's a time and a place for formal investigations, of course, but certain secrets are wont to hide where only enterprising individuals may venture. I cannot agree more. There are none better suited to the task, nor any upon whom I would rather rely. On behalf of the Alliance, I thank you. We look forward to receiving any information you are able to recover. And with that, I must take my leave. Should you have need of assistance, pray do not hesitate to ask. Fare you well, my friends. I confess, I had hoped to be able to study the towers more closely, vital as they plainly are to the Telophoroi's plans. If we can discern the ultimate function, we will be one step closer to understanding our enemy's grand scheme. Should we succeed in neutralizing them, of course, it is all but certain that the Telophoroi will mount an all-out invasion. And then it will begin. The one who waits at the heart of chaos will come for us, for you. Yet in the end, our true nemesis may be the calamity at the end of all calamities, the final days themselves. Yes, all right, Alphino. We need a plan, not importance. As Thancred so eloquently pointed out, we are in a position to seek information from all manner of places, not least Sharlayan. According to Kryl, the Forum have been more secretive than ever of late. While this may be related to the appearance of the Telophoroi, that remains a matter of speculation. But one thing is clear. The Forum is determined to keep us from discovering the truth. Master Fettuccini's performance at the Lotus Stand was enough to convince me of that. The matter beareth further investigation. I do heartily concur. Nor can I think of a more promising place to look for the answers we seek on the matter of the towers. Sharlayan hath ever been a wellspring of etherological knowledge. I care not where we go. Here or there, my lance will be ready. And what have you into it? Might you be persuaded to join us? Do I have a choice? What, of course, for Sharlayan. Okay. Here. It is time we laid bare the Telophoroi's dark designs. It appears we are in agreement. We have but wait for Kryl to secure the necessary permissions. In the meantime, it's a matter I would investigate. Does it involve tall structures? By a strange coincidence, it does. At present, I have only a creeping suspicion, but with your help, I will soon find out whether my fears are warranted. What are you looking for, Y'shtola? You've learned the emote shush.
Meanwhile, in the Guardian capital... Nice sight, dude. So you've become a Reaper.
Those Eorzeans certainly are a stubborn bunch. Though I suppose you knew that already. My plan to redirect the ether from Cartano came to a rather less than satisfactory conclusion. It was, in many respects, an abject failure. Which does, of course, raise the question of where we are going to procure the requisite amount. The obvious solution would be to draw on resources a little closer to home, though that would require our dreamer to dream a trifle more deeply.
So be it. The dreamer will not complain.
Then let us begin the preparations at once. With the gateway of the gods complete, all that remains is to gather the necessary ether, and our prize shall be within reach. The time has come to fulfill your heart's desire, my desire!
Castlevania called it once its king.
Creatures of
It's
their
Castleback.
meaningless existence!
Yeah, good luck with that.
While I await you, I shall drink a sea of souls and gorge myself upon the darkened moon. Then you shall come to me, all roiling rage and rancor. And the stars shall bear witness to our final contest.
Can you be, like, not weirdly horny for, like, 5 minutes, Xenos? Oh, hey. What you doing, you Stola?
As I thought, the ethereal currents have been disturbed here too.
It was the same in Thanalan. Make that every location we surveyed.
And the strength of each current has diminished dramatically, far more than could be attributed to a natural occurrence.
Ah, they got the bonanza back.
What tidings bringest thou from Dravania?
He parted in Dravania?
We took a number of readings, and noticed that the closer we were to the tower, the lower the etheric density became. In short,
the towers are drawing upon the land's ether, which would explain how they were able to carry out the summonings.
Tower primals, yay.
Our allies must be informed of this. We should return to the Rising Stones and have Tataru relay our findings to them.
Hear me.
Hear me.
Eidolon? Whoa, okay, hello.
Darkness comes. And with it, the end. The fate of the star is in your hands.
Oh, great, another ancient.
Everything all right back there?
That depends. Have you ever seen the Patrick Swayze movie Ghost? And how good are you at pottery? Why is everybody looking at the moon? At solemn dawn, grim purpose shines and gaze cast towards moonlit sky. Thus does our final curtain rise, your steps to guide what end betides. Okay, Dr. Seuss. Under the darkened moon. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that was Shadowbringers, I think. Let me double check. Yes, that was the end of Shadowbringers, which means we get to see the Endwalker intro cinematic. Let me go set stuff up and I'll be right back. And we're back. Wait for it. And all right. Let's watch this thing. Let's actually make myself a bit smaller here. There we go. Nice. So, what, he's a paladin this time? Azim, a chemical symbol of the sun. And that's Square Enix in the moon. Oh man, look at Gollum. Is that a flying whale?
Upon us. The fabric of the star had begun to fray, its land rent by tooth and claw.
Alizé looking good! Also, hello, Emmett. Nice to hear you narrating this stuff. Come on, get up, Alizé! Yep, well, paladin. Hello, what is that? Oh wait, that's Sage, isn't it? Oh, Alpha knows the Sage.
Are you alright? I cannot
look after myself, you know. And I've had enough of this rabble. Come on!
Hello, Alizé. Holy crap.
As the chaos spread, the star seemed doomed to unravel.
I recognize those things. Look, some of his idols, right? Oh, that's a new one.
There were those who stood in defiance of that fate.
Estinian!
The hour is come, Vitra. It's all or nothing.
Oh, that one's Vitra, huh? So we got Reichsvalga, Nidhogg, Midgard Soma, Bahamut, Tiamat, and Vitra. Nice. Hello, you little shit. Not sure how I feel about XIV Fandango. Oh, that ain't good. That ain't good at all.
The stage is set, but will our heroes deign to play their part?
That depends. Can you button your hood to your robe for once? Hey, Penguin.
You took your time. 'Tis as we feared. The respite afforded this land was but fleeting. The end draweth nigh.
That man. Oh, Charlotte. Oh my goodness. That is very pretty. That is like gorgeous. Hey, Graha.
This star still has secrets to tell. Take care, my friend.
Hey, it's Fettuccine.
So, Charlian would keep its counsel while
Get
the
him, you
world is
Stola.
lost to ruin.
It would. Come what may, we shall live on. We must.
Do as you must then, but we scions will fight until the heavens fall, until our last breath.
Yeah, there's Xenos with this newfangled Reaper sight. Not sure how I feel about XD Xenos. Fucking banger. Oh god! Oh god, not that fucking thing again! Oh thank god it's dead. Do not care for the toothy worm. Not a word. Well, game's nasty. I might just become a paladin. That's some good shit. Let's see that opening screen now. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining me on this Friday for Shadowbringers. Starting next week, we'll be on an alternating schedule. Some days I will be playing Endwalker. Other days I will be playing Dark Souls in preparation for Elden Ring, which is coming out next week. I do not expect to beat Dark Souls before Elden Ring is released. But hopefully by the time I am done with Dark Souls 3, we will be able to go without a lot of problems with Elden Ring. Assuming I can even play it on my computer. Until then, thank you so much for watching. Ladies, gentlemen, and you beautiful rainbow people in between. Thank you for watching The Belfort, and I will see you next time. Y'all have a good weekend, and have a good sleep. Bye-bye.